So what got you into how do you use running to help you in life
Oh,
and
it's
in business?
awesome. It's awesome. Just listen to sermons. Listen, I started a new book this morning, Financial Intelligence, which is kind of cool. Somebody, Terry Hall, Terry recommended it. He works with entrepreneurs up at the ODU Center. Just, try and listen to something, listen to music, just pray. And I mean, as you get older, you need times of reflection, times to kind of rethink, reimagine where we're going. Let's get started. What did I do wrong? What can I do differently? How can I get a head start on that? Getting up early. We're up 4:30 every day, and
You're up at 4:30 even when the sun changes in the winter?
we sleep in on the weekends. We sleep till 6:30. But my wife and I are both up. She used to be boss at a family maternity center at one of the local hospitals, had 107 people reporting to her. So she'd have to be on the floor by 6 or 6:30. So we're up early. We walk a couple miles. I'll maybe run another couple miles. And, I mean, you guys run, you know what this is. It's after a while, it's not about, I mean, it's about exercise, but it's really about the mind. It's about discipline. It's about aligning things.
Yeah, it's funny. This morning, I read over and over and over again. Email should not be one of the first things that you check in the morning. I made the mistake today. Checked email. Something really kind of irritated me. Fired off a response. I went out for my run. I came back and I was like, I don't even remember what the heck I was mad at, or not mad, but I don't even remember what bothered me before I even left. So it's such a great place to clear the mind. And
did you have like a world record pace, or was it?
No. Sometimes though, it depends on the level of irritation, but.
That's right. I might go another time around Lake Christopher if it's really bad, but usually it's only a couple times.
I don't have social on my phone. So people think that that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just like, I don't. Like, I consume the things that I want to consume. Sure. And if something pops up on a feed, I'm not saying that I'm not on social, but if something pops up on that feed that I don't like, there's a nice little button that says unfollow. And guess what? I unfollow. And I think too many people don't do that. Mm-hmm. And it negatively affects their life. And it's just like, well, I mean, why wouldn't you just use that feed the same way you use your TV? If you don't like what you're watching, change the channel.
Right. We have a chat with our kids, so that's cool. We get to keep up with them. I think, again, it's this whole idea. What are you putting into your spirit? What are you putting into your mind? Putting in positive things, reading positive things. Another thing I think there's not enough, unless you're older and mature, what are the sources we go to that give us, the frame the way things really are, that we can really get perspective, and I don't think enough young people have that. I challenge them myself, who are you talking to? Who is helping you frame what's going on in the world? As we get a little bit more savvy, there are certain things that we read and people we talk to who help us. We certainly don't want just to hear ourselves talk. I don't just want to listen to talking heads who agree with me. That's not good. I need to gain perspective, and that's where I value, other points of view. But I also need to be able to step back and say, whoa, what does this all mean? And get grounded. I mean, I'm fortunate to have lived as long as I have and gain perspective, but my hope is keep going, keep helping. I'm blessed to be here, be able to help students frame things. And that's what it's really about. What are we doing to help them? So as they move forward, they take advantage of opportunities that are in front of them, and they hear clearly in their mind and their heart what God is saying. And don't worry about all the noise that's around them.
You may know him as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I know him as just a man who has done incredible things for the last few decades. But how can you use his techniques in your business? I'll show you exactly how. Head on over to ZackMillerSays.com/The Rock, and you can smell what he's cooking.
That's great. I was waiting for I see the rock picture over your shoulder. I was hoping we get a few minutes to say,
Ugh.
yeah, it's good that you guys because you do look a lot alike, really.
Me and The Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Zack and I.
Well, that too. You know, he's an interesting guy, though, and I think people like I have found that I am very unique in this. But I watch people and I watch material in the content that I would consume, and I say, okay, that's interesting. How could I potentially capitalize on what they just did and use in my own world, right? And so people look at The Rock and he'll say, oh, he was a wrestler, and now he's doing a movie star and things like that. But really, if you look at it from a grit and resilience perspective, it's like, here's some dude who had a goal of making it to professional football. It basically didn't work, and he had $7 in his pocket, and now he's done some pretty incredible things. Let's just say, I don't look at it.
Some magazine,
Football league.
Forbes, there was a story about him and his former wife, who now still works with him as his agent, and how they frame things. And he's at a point where he can influence a little bit more because of his credibility. I mean, Steve Harvey, the same thing. Was at the end of his rope. Again, I love redemption stories. They're my favorite stories. These people who are at the bottom, and through grit and prayer or whatever it might be. Certainly, I lean on the spiritual side, but to see them be able to now take their lives and to apply it and be effective in doing that, those are inspirations. That's what we need to tell our kids about. That's what this, I hate to say that's what this country is about, but certainly it provides a lot more opportunity for those kind of people. Those are the stories I want to tell people.
Yeah, and that's and Zack mentions it in his book, and that was part of the things that inspired me is to take an inventory of your day to see where and how you are spending your time. And to Zack's point earlier, eliminating the things that are not making you happy and focusing on the things that are. And it's super valuable. So people should really take that inventory of your life and how you're spending your time and make the most of it.
Amen.
Great quote there.
Let's quote Zack. And you can get Zack's book at the following outlets. I have a copy right there. I can see it right from here.
You can get them at
some of it. Once you disappeared, there was no. I come up and kiss up to you, Zack, and I was going to say, "Hey, I read your book. Boy, I was so moved by the." But then you disappeared. I was like, I don't know. I'll read something.
I mean,